Hello and welcome back to everyone on the Football Zone and to a weekend review reviewing the Premier League action from this past weekend, and starting off with Bournemouth, who registered another victory 3-1 over Fulham on Friday night. And yeah, it was actually Fulham who took the lead from Sessegnon quite late on in the 70th minute, but Bournemouth quickly turned it around. Semenyo 78, Kluivert 84 and Semenyo again deep in stoppage time. And yeah, you'd have to say probably Bournemouth just about edged the game, and another win for them. Their momentum keeps rolling and what a great season they're having. Moving on into Leeds 1, Tottenham 2 at Elland Road. And yeah, Tottenham took the lead through Tell before Leeds equalised in the 34th minute, but Kudos in the 57th minute made it 2-1 to Tottenham. And yeah, to be honest, Leeds had a lot of this game. I think I'll be wondering how they didn't at least get a draw for in this game, if not more, because for me they played really well. Tottenham, it wasn't their best performance, but they got the victory, which I think you'd have to say probably is the main thing for them. But I think, yeah, there is definitely signs that things need to be worked on over the international break for Thomas Frank. Moving on into Manchester United 2, Sunderland 0. Finally a win for Manchester United. And it was Mason Mount in the 8th minute and Benjamin Sesko 31st minute. Yeah, seeing a good win for Manchester United. And yeah, this is probably the best Manchester United have looked for a while. Obviously, Sunderland No Mugs have had a fantastic start to the season. But yeah, United really were pretty dominant in this game, fully deserving of the win. So yeah, for Sunderland, I guess it's kind of reality hitting of the Premier League a bit. But for Manchester United, I think it's a big win. And yeah, they need to continue this momentum now on the other side of the break. Moving on into Arsenal 2, West Ham 0 at the Emirates. And yeah, it was Declan Rice in the 38th minute and Bukayo Saka in the 67th minute that made Arsenal get the 3 points. And yeah, to be fair, this was totally dominant from Arsenal. It was always going to be a tough game for Nuno, and he hasn't quite got his West Ham side clicking yet, so an important few weeks for him. But yeah, Arsenal look really good. And for me at the moment, I'd have to say Arsenal really are looking like one of the top teams in the division at the moment. So yeah, a huge win for them. Moving on into Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1 at Stamford Bridge, and it was Caicedo in the 14th minute who gave Chelsea the lead before Gakpo equalised in the 63rd minute, but it was Estevao 90+5 after a late period of pressure from Chelsea that gave them the win. And yeah, Liverpool probably had the better chances, I would say. But Chelsea really were pushing in the end, got the win, and for Arne Slot, plenty of questions to answer. Just last few weeks haven't been good enough. It just feels like the entire season really Liverpool haven't quite clicked. But for Chelsea, a big win for them. Moving on into Wolves 1, Brighton 1 at Molineux. And yeah, probably a disappointing draw for both these teams. Verbruggen own goal in the 21st minute gave Wolves the lead before Van Heck, 86th minute, 4 minutes from time, got the leveller. And Brighton, I'd say they were probably deserving of the draw. Could they have gone on to win it? Possibly. But for Wolves, I think being ahead for so long and not getting the victory, especially given the start of the season they've had, will also be hugely frustrating as well for them. So yeah, pretty disappointing stuff. Moving on into Newcastle 2, Forest 0 at St James's Park. And yeah, Bruno Guimaraes in the 58th minute and Walt Mayday with a smashing penalty in the 84th minute gave Newcastle the win. And yeah, Newcastle were absolutely dominant here. Ange Postecoglou's Forest looked really poor. And when you see performances like this, which were just pretty one-sided, let's be honest, you really have to question how it's going at the moment for Ange Postecoglou and whether he will come under any pressure. Moving on then to Everton, and they beat Crystal Palace 2-1, a really good comeback victory for Everton. Munoz in the 37th minute gave Palace a lead, but Ndiaye from the spot and Jack Grealish kind of deflected off him late on, gave Everton the win. And yeah, it was quite an even game, not a lot to pick between the two sides, but I did say if any team deserved to win here, it was Everton, and so it transpired. For Palace, their long unbeaten run comes to an end, so they'll be pretty disappointed with that. But yeah, Everton, a good win for them, you have to say. Moving on then to Aston Villa, and they just about overcame Burnley by 2 goals to 1, and it was Milan with 2 goals, and Ugo Chukwu got a goal back with 10 minutes from time-ish. But Villa, held on to a deserving victory. They were the much better side here, and a good win for them. And yeah, for Burnley, it just kind of feels like they've been struggling a bit this season compared to the other newly promoted teams. So I think they'll be a bit disappointed with how things are going. But still, yeah, like I say, plenty of time for things to turn around for them. Moving on into Brentford 0, Man City 1 at the Brentford Community Stadium. It was an early goal from Haaland, a clinical finish that made it 1-0. And except for that, there wasn't a huge much to pick between the two sides. City probably just shaded it. But yeah, Brentford, for me, never really looked like getting that equaliser. So yeah, in the end, 1-0 to Man City. a good win for them. But I think it's been a good start, but there is a lot of work to do to catch up with the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool. And before I go, a quick preview of the England games coming up this international break. Obviously, off the back of that big win against Serbia, Thomas Tuchel's kept the squad pretty similar. You can understand it, even with the big names missing, I guess. But coming on against Wales and Latvia, I think especially the Wales game was a bit more of a test. Only a friendly, of course. Latvia a qualifier, but I just kind of want to see more of the same from them, and then we can really start getting excited about England's World Cup prospects this summer. But I think it should be 2 more wins for England here.
That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.